Yep, now get that level. Alright, so welcome back to White House Farm. Now, they already had a pool here. They already had their sand and stuff, and it was one of the small Intex blow-up type. So let's go ahead and start getting our ground leveling done and get up all the organic material here. We got a bunch of sand.
So like with any ground prep work, you want to make sure you get up any organic material and clean out the area. I mean, if you're using a sod cutter, you get up all the sod from there. Luckily there was already a pool here, so this was basically just sand and a little bit of grass that had grown up in between.
Alright, so this thing is tiny, so we measured 4.5 feet out in all directions. We got our center point, and now they're going to lay the track down. And then from here, we're going to be able to find where our level is and get our blocks in.
So here we're just mocking up the track so we can go ahead and get our stakes out and get the track actually staked in. No matter what size pool it is, you want to have roughly one stake in between each upright to support your pool when you're doing your measurements. And this will hold it so it doesn't shift or move off your blocks once you have it set.
You're gonna move.
So even though this is a small pool, you're still going to follow the same process. Whether it's a 9-foot pool or a 33 round foot pool, you want to clear off all the organic material and get your bricks level and clear the. Now we're going to go ahead and get our measurements in here, and we're going to bring it out to the inside of the track to 4.5 feet. This will make it 9 feet for the total round of the pool, and we're going to stake it in so it doesn't move, and then we're going to get our blocks in underneath, and then we're going to go ahead and disassemble the track and then start doing our leveling. But this is where you want to try to be as accurate as you can, because it'll make the wall go in a lot easier once you get to that point.
So we got it marked out to 4'6", right into the center track here, because it's 9 feet. And now we're gonna go ahead and put blocks under each one of the pads here, and then we can take up the track and we'll go ahead and get the blocks level. We'll dig out the ground and get the blocks in, get it all level and set.
Now we're simply just gonna disassemble the track and start doing our leveling. If you can, once you have the track staked in and set out, you want to do like I am here with the blocks, and you want to try and keep them as close to where you had them as possible. You may have to do a little shifting, but if you do it just right, like we are here, you won't have to move the blocks, and you can go ahead and set your level for these. Because it's a pain if you dig out too much and you forget where your blocks were, they won't line. Since the ground was pretty much level because there was a pool here before, we went ahead and got the blocks down to ground level. You really don't want to build up with blocks. You want to make sure they're secure in the ground for a good base.
Alright, so now we're getting the blocks all leveled in. This one's all level. Perfect. add some sand to it.
That's high, that's low.
No, it's on. Perfect.
All right.
Okay, what we're going to do now is add some sand in between the blocks, and we're going to tamp it down. That way the track is level all the way around in between the blocks, because you don't want it sagging. You want it all level for the track going all the way around in between the blocks and on the blocks.
All right, now that we're got the bricks all level, we're gonna clear them off and we're gonna get the track put on.
From here, you just want to go and double check your measurements, make sure nothing's moved and you're still on. The stake should hold it pretty much where you set it originally, but just to double check before you start trying to put everything else together, because if you don't have the base correct, then nothing else will go together correctly.
So now that we got the blocks all level, we'll go ahead and level in between each of these here, each of our now we're gonna level in between here, in between each block, which actually looks pretty even.
What I'm doing here is taking 2 of the base plates with 1 piece of track, and I'm going to go through and put the base plate on each one of the bricks, and we're going to level out in between, making sure that in between each brick the sand is level with the bricks, so there's no sagging of the pool, and you can tamp it down like I did to get it really compact, and then just add more sand and get it to level. Then you're simply just going to go ahead and assemble the track all back together, and like I said, you're going to leave 1 piece out so you can get the rest of your sand in for under your liner. Alright, so at this point you're going to want to go ahead and start getting your sand in, and you're going to do the outside first, which is the cove area, and you want to about 4 to 6 inches of sand for your cove, and you're going to go around the whole pool just like I am here by the track, and get the sand piled up, and then you'll bring the rest of the sand in and spread it out through the center, and you want at least a 3-inch base to protect your liner. You also want to try and wet it down, because this will help when you're tamping to compact the sand, which will make it obviously a lot firmer. And try not to get it too close to the track like my son did here, because when you put in your wall, you don't want the sand going into your track.
Dump the whole thing right there, Danny. Yep, right there. All of it.
And once the sand's all in there, just go ahead and start spreading it evenly, obviously leaving your cove, and just get it as level as possible. And then you're going to go back in, wet this, and tamp. Also, once your sand's all in there, you can go ahead and assemble that last track piece. That way it's all together. And then go ahead and start wetting it down and getting. So this is your final step in your ground preparation work. Once you get to this point, you're all set to go ahead and get your pool wall in there and start assembling the rest of the pool. And it should go together, as long as your measurements were correct and your leveling, it should go together like clockwork. So hope you guys enjoy and at least learn something, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You can't say goodbye without saying goodbye to me.
All right, Olaf. We'll see you on the next one. All right. Bye, Obo.
Bye, guys.